Good evening, everybody. Tyler Rowland here. Welcome to this edition of Rowland Sports, where you meet the athletes. We're coming to you from Paul Blazer High School, where the Ashland Tomcats have just defeated Bell County to win the regional championship last Friday here in 3A football. And with me is one of the few seniors on this young team, but a very, very important leader, Ian Justice. And Ian, good to be with you here. And first off, talk about the same question I asked Isaiah. Talk about how that felt to win the region. You guys were doubted in September with a 1-3 record. A lot of people didn't think you guys had the experience to win it. On top of that, this is only the second time at Ashland since 1990 that this has happened, so you guys have accomplished a real feat.
Well, when we started off 1-3, not many people believed in us, and only the people in our weight room, on our team, our coaches, only us knew we could do it. We still, on our board, we have written win state is our number one priority. We still have that opportunity. That's been our main goal since the start of the year. Mm-hmm. Now, winning this region championship Friday felt pretty good because we're the second team since 1990. Took a lot of work to get there. Only 4 teams left in 3A. Couldn't be a better opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and for you, talk about what for your journey. You started playing football last year for the first time in almost a decade, since your early JFL years, and talk about what a challenge that was stepping in after a long time, because gosh, you were called, last year you were called to step in light of a couple injuries, and you did a good job, and this year you've been an anchor on that offensive line, and talk about that and just what your journey has been like.
I wanted to play football. I've always wanted to play football, but I never had the opportunity. Expecting to play JV the whole year. So, somebody gets hurt, they're like, Ian, we're going to need you to play left guard. Mm-hmm. So I step in, I tried it, I did pretty well. Last year was the first year even lifting weights. I was only benching 185 pounds when I was playing last year. I just had the motivation and the willpower, pushed through everything, and I was aggressive last year. And it led up to this year, being a leader, and I've gotten a lot stronger, a lot faster, and a lot smarter.
Mm-hmm. And talk about your leadership approach. You have a lot of young guys around you. You have a freshman, even a couple freshmen that have earned some playing time. And talk about your approach with this team as one of the leaders.
Well, we started off the season, we had pretty much a set team. Going into the first game, Cash Compliment gets hurt. Brady Marucci has to step in the next week. Cam Davis steps in a couple games later. We just have to lead these guys, and we've led them good enough, got them enough experience, and here we are.
Mm-hmm. And talk about the importance being an offensive lineman. But there, you see, of course, we've talked some of the physical aspects. You mentioned just how much you've improved your conditioning over the last year, and talk about the mental aspect, understanding plays, film room work, things of that nature.
Well, when it comes to being an offensive lineman, you got to study week by week on how the defense stunts, how the linebackers blitz, their pass rush moves, whether they cut, whether they don't. There's tons of different things you have to study week by week. Sometimes they're small, fast, sometimes they're big and strong. You just have to overcome that every week.
Mm-hmm. And talk about the importance, shifting to academics, talk about the importance of being a good student outside of the football field.
Chances are I won't make it to the league, so you all got to study in the classroom, get a good job when you're older, go to a good college, because only less than 1% of people go pro. So academics are more important than football.
And Ian, I know that we've talked through some of your positive qualities, but if you were to play football at the next level, what would be something that you would bring to the program, to a program that would be helpful to them?
I would bring leadership. I'm a hard worker. I'll work the people that I go up against day by day. I'm a positive guy. Always see the upside of things. Yep, that's about it.
That's awesome. And then last two questions. First, what's a hobby or a neat fact about yourself for the fan base to get to know you better?
I like video games. I like lifting weights. I like watching film every week, and I love my family.
Yes, and what's your favorite video game?
I really don't have one. I just play a little bit of everything.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, and lastly, Ian, any shout-outs you'd like to give?
I'd like to give a shout out to Coach Tackett and all my teammates that have given us a good scout team all year and believed in us.
All right. Well, Ian, thank you for being on, and we wish you guys the very best at state this Friday. Stay tuned. We're also going to have Isaiah Luckett here on Rollin' Sports. It should be released by now, so we thank you all for tuning in and watching Rollin' Sports, where you meet the athletes.